Welcome, welcome, laddies and gentlewomen. Welcome to yet another thought, meditation, reflection, deep thought, some prayer, sermon type thing with Bishop. I've been asked by one of my loyal congregation members to say something about the election. Now, I don't really have a ton of faith in the electoral politics system at the national level. I'm a little bit more radical than most folks. I do think you should vote for one person more than the other, and you could probably guess who I would recommend to you. But I don't really think that the Democrats are that much better than the Republicans. Not for poor people. No, not really. So, that's not what I'm going to talk about. What I'm going to talk about is marriage. In several states, there are initiatives, propositions to limit marriage to a state between a man and a woman. It's the morally right thing to do, according to many Christians, and they're having huge rallies about it. Well, I think you should vote against those initiatives. You should vote against hate. But I'm going to tell you right now, I've got a much more radical stance about marriage. I don't think it's the government's business whatsoever. I think marriage should be a private ritual between people, regardless of gender or sex or even number. I mean, really, who cares if it's just one person with another person? What if it's 3 or 4 people deciding to get married? That's nobody's business, really, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't really think that any power in heaven cares. But what I do think the government should be doing is making things fairer for all families. And families being defined beyond 2 people partnering to own a home together and have some kidlets. Family should be whoever decides to build a home together. Whether it's 2 elderly sisters or 2 men who are best friends but have no desire to get into each other's pants. I mean, really, who cares who you're having sex with? What we should care about is whether or not you've made a commitment to care for one another. And those one another's might be more than one other. It could be 2 or 3 or 4 more others, right? And if there's children involved, it should be regardless of who spawned them. I mean, really, it doesn't matter who spawned you. What matters is who commits and pledges to take care of you, to help you become the best person you could be. That's what we should care about. So today I'd like to offer this to you. Yes, I think you should vote, and I think you should vote for the slightly more liberal option on the ticket, which is Barack Obama. But what I really care about is that while you're voting no against Proposition 2 in Florida and Proposition 8 in California, that you remember that really what we need is not marriage that's equal amongst 2 people. What we need is protection for family, however it's defined, and that any number of adults should be able to make a contract together to say we will care for one another and we will care for any progeny that comes out of this union that may or may not be about romantic love or sex, but is instead about a deep, abiding commitment to share resources and care. Well, that's all for today. I wish you well, and I send you out to the polls tomorrow in the hopes that a brighter tomorrow will dawn. Until next time, take care and keep on keeping on.